Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back. First episode challenger appears. Well, first episode of this season, right? So, I guess you can't go wrong with, I feel, one of the best decks ever in this game's history being Ishizu Tearlaments. So that's what is that will be the first challenger. I think one of the most obvious picks was Jaime's list. I think the first ever competitive list. At least, first place, right? So let's see, all the opponents are known every time, for every episode, all the 10 opponents will be revealed beforehand, and then see how far a particular deck can, go here in this particular matchup. So basically, best of ones, right? As it has been in the past, right, with these challenger appears, plus a deck is allowed to lose once. So after that, if a deck loses twice, it's out, so it's gone. It's over. Again, the point is, as you might remember from a couple of months ago with the challenger appears, like the three highest decks are able to, somewhat be squeezed in on the right side of the bracket. So, like the first place, second place of the bottom part, third, at least first place on the upper part, right? So it is what. So first deck, this is one of the reasons why Tearlament Ishizu, at least, the Ishizu build wasn't included. Because again, it's one of the best decks ever in this game's history. So let's see how far it can go against, random decks from this year's Cross-Banlist Cup. And the first game wasn't that. Well, then again, imagine that there was no Hefness or stuff like that, or the fact that Tearlament is not able to play during your opponent's turn. It's of course much harder to prevent, let's say, Rongo Bongo from coming out and say your opponent cannot play the duel. So next matchup, going first this time against what is it, Danger Thunder. Again, another deck that if it goes first, it can set up, well, not per se an unbeatable board, but a couple of negations. But then again, like, going second for Tearlament, it's one of those decks that it doesn't matter. It's so strong going first and going second. Like going second against basically any deck. Hefness for potential interruptions, Calback for potential interruptions. So again, there are so many options. So here, Rule Karos plus protection with Elf, the Reborn Murley, the Dweller is of course very strong against, Thunder, Dragon, Danger, Hybrids, and Rule Karos negating the Summon of Dark, right? Let me think. Oh, it's the Sekka build, right? But I think there is... what's in the graveyard? Is there a Sekka Slide in the graveyard? I mean, you could use it, right? No? Or am I missing something? I might be missing something. Oh, no, the graveyard effect is blocked by Dweller. Yes, oh, sweet. So, nope. Tearlament plus Dweller says no. So next matchup we have Orcust, and this time going second. So this could be problematic since this Orcust build is from 2019, having access to, Orcust Nightmare, which could potentially, I guess special summon Ibli, you know what I mean? If already having access to the Nightmare package, the Orcust package. Then again, the Bestials do help out. Again, another crazy archetype, from 2022 that kinda dumps on stuff like looking at all the darks in the the graveyard, looking at the Orcust. Well, then again, the field spell could make Orcust effect quick play, but here in this case, I think the Galatea searched the Crescendo, right? Yeah, I think so. So no field spell to make everything quick play during my turn, and that definitely helps. So drawing another Calback, that's fine. The edge is forced out by the field spell search. Because a card was sent, to the graveyard, I can, potentially drop Calback to force out the Crescendo. Otherwise, the Galatea would have been bounced back. This forces out more negations, another Fogblade, and I think we know the other set is another Fogblade. But I guess, let's see what we mill. Hopefully we mill some extra negations, plus... what were my options here? So I do opt to go for Pearl Reno, for Fogblade. I think Fogblade here in this case always would have negated the... Get close, right? Or, well, I forgot the chain links here in this situation, but it's fine though. So Dweller plus Murley on field, Rule Karos hitting the field, and now I'm completely back in the duel. What was that back row? Double Fogblade, Crescendo. I think that's it, right? Yeah, double Fogblade, Crescendo. There is the Rusty Bardish, I think, in the graveyard, but Fogblade is banished. Plus, there is still one Fogblade on field, so that's definitely not going to help out. Saliak is just going to negate the, you know, the 1000 Ice Restrict, and you know that will trigger him early. This is so insane, right? I mean, you know how powerful Tearlament Ishizu is. Don't give them one card, even from one card, they can grind through so much negations. The Trickstar engine is not going to be enough, yeah, because of the, what is it, level 5 already was used before. So next one, whoo, Necros it is. But I'm going first, yeah. I mean, imagine Jin lock, but I believe Jin is a dark, right? So, I mean, I guess you could potentially go for like Jin lock, as in use Lavalval Chains and Jin Releaser of Rituals from your deck to the graveyard, but potentially go for the Ritual Summon, and then, you know, if any Bestial is able to banish the Jin from the... Because it's a dark, right? Yeah, indeed. What happens here? So, other than that, I don't see Necros being that big of a threat. Even Unicorn? Maybe Unicorn? Yeah, maybe. I mean, the fact that potentially getting rid of Unicorn played during your opponent's turn, it is what it is. So, so go for Baron, yeah. That's a slight advantage of this deck as well. You have Herald into potential Baron, leave Mud Dragon on the field. There is no bounce, but a couple of negations, Summon negation, Omni negation. Mud Dragon for, I guess, protection maybe? Is that important? I don't think so. Yeah, because of Eclipse, right? The Baron was definitely needed. Oh, and Heaviness as well, to potentially trigger those mills, potentially hit Kaleido, maybe a Dragostaphilia. Right, there it is. And this, you know, Dragostaphilia kind of gives me more protection for, whatchamacallit, Trish as well. One of the best plays. Maybe Exaton Knight could potentially be there as well. So, yeah, definitely going to negate the Kaleido, what is it, Scope? Kaleido Ritual spell? Again, it has been far too long. So Unicorn getting back Brion, but what can the deck do, right? Already used up the normal summon. Okay, the rituals. Oh, yes. Yeah. Apologies, but yeah, that's just another thing that Ishizu can do, is manipulate the graveyard. Like, you know, all the other stuff is not enough. You can manipulate the graveyard as well. So nope, you can't ritual summon from the graveyard, and that's the thing, right? Chinlock also not enough, especially if you're going second. So it should be more than enough, right? Yeah. Okay. Last one before the surprise matchup, surprise challenge, extra deck Monarch. So I think I'm going second. Yeah. The thing is that this is not domain lock, so it's fine, you know. Like domain lock, okay, the ceiling is lower, but I mean, like, look at this. The deck is probably going to end on one of the best opening hands you could have. Like the double normal summon for potentially Erebus, maybe Ether for Kuras, Mordras. You have the Tzolk'in for Crystal Wing, I guess. Heaviness to potentially, hopefully hit, but only one, you know, monster effect. So Crystal Wing is going to negate that. Return is being flipped over. But there is still a double tribute summon, right? And so yeah, the first one being Kuras, and you're searching Erebus, so this is super strong. Hopefully this is not going to be my first loss, but let's see. And the thing is that Calbeck forces out, and like, of course, well, bounces back the Crystal Wing, so that's a huge, potential huge turnaround, right? Because that, again, that's one less negation. Plus there is no Stormfort Ether. I mean, you can't have everything, right? That draw definitely did not help, drawing Adels. So now, because of the field spell, I will be able to, you know, plow through those resources. Kid Kalos for field spell. Okay, the Ether is chained. That's fine, though. The distractions don't really matter too much. And I still have so much gas left with the deck. Getting a couple of... Yeah, because of a monster effect was activated. Agido being hit. So more mills. Potential, you know, Pot of Everest alike Shizu cards to potentially, you know, get rid of the Monarch trap in their graveyard. More mills. Yes, I should be going, so Rule Carols, what's my end board going to be? The Dweller options should probably be there. Okay, do I still have a Merly Fusion? Okay, that might be Kaleido. Okay, yeah, Kaleido makes sense. Getting rid of the Monarch trap, send it back to the deck. And potentially, yeah, pretty much clean the entire board. Plus Saliak set. And indeed, the Monarch trap is getting bounced back, well, or sent back, returned to the main deck. Like, look at this. You have Saliak, you have those... Oh, sending back 3 Pantheism. Yeah, drawing Dark Witch. Yes, apologies, but... it's just a pain that I remember from the days. So one monster negation, which should indeed be negated by Celiac. That triggers Merly, and maybe... Do I have a Fusion Dragostaphilia? Oh, no, yeah. Good Kalos seems reasonable. For more searches, search Heaviness, and then they get more than enough. So, okay, halfway. So no losses just yet. The deck can still lose once, right? And then, you know, it can just continue. But the challenges. So in between, these challenges do help to potentially, you know, if decks have an equal amount of wins, to see if, you know, which deck needs to be placed above the other one in the finalized standing. So there are a couple of, like you saw the wheel, I believe the mission that was spinned here is that until, at least at the end of the turn, right, you have to end on, I believe, 15 or more cards in your graveyard. And you would think that it's super easy for Tearlament, and yeah, it's definitely easy. But, my mills, you'll see. So I'm currently at, what is it, 12 to 13 cards? 11 cards, so I need more mills. Because I didn't mill any of my, you know, like mill 5 cards. So luckily, after some extra deck summons, you know, link summons, overlay my own field spell, getting the 16th, you know, card in the graveyard, and that is mission accomplished. So continue. Next matchup, we have Zodiacs Fusion sub Zodiacs from basically, you know, 2017, but I guess also one of the best decks ever in this game's history. So let's see. We are able to prevent like the Fusion sub combo thanks to Kelbeck and more mills, I think. Was it due to Kelbeck? I do get Max Seed, but as you know, like, you know, Tearlament, as we know from Master Duel, it doesn't really matter too much getting Max Seed. Just go for Kid Kalos Pass, short set. So Broad Bull, another Surge, but I mean, the fuel is pretty much out of the deck. Plus, alright, and that's the thing, one of the stronger plays here, because of the Fusion Substitute combo, you're kind of relying on your graveyard, you know, Red Peer Engrave, attached for Mortar, Tiger Mortar, and of course Shakanine to potentially Reborn another XC to make Fusion Substitute live. So this is just probably indeed going to be Trident Pass, plus 1 back row. And then that's definitely not enough, right, against Tearlament. So now it's just play through that 1 pop, and the potential back row, which could be indeed a strike. So let's see, a couple of mills, hit Reinhardt, Merly, Hefness, you know, Rule Carols hits the field. Was I able to go for Kaleido? Oh, okay, Mud Dragon for potential Imperm, I guess? Imperm, Monster Negation, Veiler, maybe? I don't know. But the strike is there, that's cool, strike doesn't really... Oh, okay, no, I'm going to make a small mistake. Yeah, I think there was another option to, whatchamacallit, to protect my Kaleido here, since now, indeed, my Kaleido is getting popped another time. I think, I remember, you know, with this duel, I should have played it a little bit differently, so I would still be able to have at least, you know, one Kaleido, at least a Kaleido, the Kaleido on my side of the field. But it's not going to matter. Use Dweller, Hefness on field, and of course the Bestial package being live. And the of course, yeah, the Celiac, I think, set. Not so sure what my other set is. So next matchup, no losses just yet. So 6-0. Let's see, against Spirals. Going first, but again, not the best going first hand. The Bestials are superb against Spirals. Are there some darks? Yeah, maybe. Ooh, I should double check that actually. But you know, Kelbeck is there, Hefness is there, hopefully Mill, and the Mill is fantastic, but there is that one-off DD Crow, because it's searchable off of the Lurelisk rank 1, right, for Spirals. And, oh yeah, Master Plan is a dark, right, so yeah, the Bestials again, superb against another, you know, fantastic deck from the past. So preventing Master Plan from hitting the field, and this is more than, well, more than enough. It prevents Spirals from, you know, going full ham during their board. So drop Jerusalem as well to potentially go for an extra deck play. Saronir also banishing Magnamoots, and Druisworm getting... okay, yeah, getting rid of the Super Agent on field. So this makes it so that... you know, that what is it, the Phoenix Wing Blast, I guess, is not triggering, or at least would not be able to be activated, you know, when I try to push for game. So Kid Kalos on field for search, Kaleido on field, and is this enough? Normal summon? Or is this main phase? No, this is main phase 1, this should be enough, right? Should be going for Rule Carols as well, and this should be more than enough to attack for game. Yeah. Okay, yeah, because of the trap. Okay, yeah, but, you know... whatchamacallit, those bots cards, ridiculous. Lurelisk Tri-Brigade, so let's see, going second, and that could be your problem, right? The deck can end on a couple of negations, a couple of interruptions, plus the Simwork link as well, so with Avian, so let's see. I do have a Herald, so that could be important. Am I going to use Herald here on Karas? Yeah. So no rank 4 summon, I think, plus potential mills and hit Hefness and hit the trap. Oh, it's Celiac, hit the continuous spell. So search the trap, use Hefness, go for Get Kalos to get another search. Already used Hefness, so I guess I search Crime. I do get talented, but I feel it. Oh no, oh, it was because of Herald, so I still have a Hefness play, and I mill the Sharon. No. Oh yes, oh, we love this deck, no. But still, the game is not over. Or is it? Okay, because I can go for Kaleido as well. Oh, that's it. It's not even my turn yet, and I have 2 fusions on field. You know how it goes with Tearlaments Ishizu, so yeah, that's enough. So still no loss, who knows? You know, we might not see the boss battle at the end, since that's, I guess, the, you know, the pinnacle, the end boss of this challenger appears. But no surprise, there's no reveal just yet. So Sword Soul going first, and this is not good. Look at... it's basically pick your hand, this one. Moye, Worm type, being Fishuda, Desires as the 6th card, double Imperm, and Ash. So this is going to be my first loss. Yep, there's nothing I can do about this. You know, I mean, this is probably going to be gaming array, right? I mean, double Imperm, Ash, and of course Moye for draw, for Shishao, for Long Yuan, etc. Yeah, that's more than enough. So this is indeed going to be my first loss. You know, imagine me going second. Depends. I can't remember exactly what my opening hand was. But yeah, there was just too many negations. Too many negations. So 1 loss, but still, if we win this, you know, we go to the boss battle. If we don't, it's only, what is it, 8 wins, I think? Yeah, 8 wins, but we'll see. So go second, and okay, luckily Hefness, but go second against Full Force Adamantipator with Block Dragon. That could be terrible if, you know, there is like no Hefness or Kelbeck or stuff like that. Luckily Hefness and it connects, so that's cool. I go for Kit Kalos and potentially Kaleido? No, Rule Karos, okay. Oh, because I hit Reno. Sorry. Okay. So Reno bounced back the level 4, and I get... Oh, yes. Look, your opponent using Nibiru during their turn. That doesn't sound right. That doesn't make sense, this deck. So you Scream, normal summon the Reno Heartright. More searches, get Imper, but this is not going to matter too much. Connect with Hefness, yeah. And... yeah, we're definitely not... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, indeed. I mean, I can just negate the potential, you know, Gamma, if it's there. Sending Kaleido to the graveyard, mill something, send something to the graveyard, and this should be more than enough to attack for a game. So that means, kinda as expected, right? Not going to lie. I mean, that's why, you know, this deck is... the first challenger appears. So 10 wins. That means that we are going to the boss battle. So what's the boss battle? It's a small gimmick. It's a full stun deck. It's a full floodgate deck. Look at this, like with Fossil Dyna, Inspector Border, you know, Necro Valley. Well, I mean, almost any floodgate you would think. And I'm always, at least the challenger is always going second. And I could imagine that there is, like, most decks will struggle against that, right? Like even Tearlaments. Problem is that. What is it? Anti-spell is phase up. Luckily, hardly any spells. Rivalry makes it so that, what is it? Crackdown is destroying the Medora. But luckily, I have those normal summons potentially try to attack over a Fossil Dyna. Luckily, there is no border or whatever. Or that equip spell that, what is it? Makes your Dyna indestructible by battle or something like that. Remember running that with like Yogan some time ago. Here the anti-spell kind of saves me, or well, slows down the game even more, right? No extravagance. I draw my own field spell, but I mean the cool thing is that, you know, Fossil Dyna does not have the biggest attack, not the biggest defense, so every, you know, weakish normal summon as in 1500 or higher might be enough to potentially getting myself back in a duel. So let's see, another normal summon, can we connect for Fossil Dyna? Goes a match. Compulse getting back Dyna. Yeah, the thing with Dyna is that it, when it's like flipped, destroys all special summoned monsters, but both of them are normal summoned. So flip over my own field spell. And I mean, I feel it's just a matter of time, right? The Pens, we know the Dyna is there, but we take the risk. Dyna is not going to connect, and this is indeed more than enough to attack for a game. So it was a close one. It was a close one, but short set. It's the winner takes it all with this one. 10 wins and both challenges, both missions accomplished. I'm not so sure if there's another deck that would, you know, would do the same, but who knows? Who knows? So all suggestions are definitely welcome. You know, like all feedback is also definitely appreciated. Like, how was it? Okay, guys, that's it. Next Cross-Banlist Cup match will be uploaded probably tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Big Sally out. Peace.